Mastercard has a very great reputation in financial management and great opportunity in credit rating and evaluation. Since I assumed the responsibility of governance there, it has been a reform turnaround that is very critical to maintain economic stability, resiliency, and ensure that Nigeria stays at the heart of Africa in all ramifications. We have embarked, I'm glad you met the CBN on, serious reform, monetary, and with me, the team of physical reformers are equally here. They've listened to you. The business orientation with this large country, of a great population, great youth endowment, ready to learn and willing to participate, is what is very easy for me to navigate. We've embarked upon that reform. We need partners like you. All our efforts at digitalization, developing our youths. I'm glad you've met with the people in trade and the team in telecommunications and so on. How do we get the digitalization right and get the value for money and our economic drive and not, sink in the pit that Africa is not, in the 21st century economy. We are open for business suggestions. We are open for partnerships. We are open for such a reform that we ensure that we are comparable to meet the challenges of today, tomorrow, and the after. The most important asset of this country are the youths. I missed one thing from your remark, whether you've met with the group at the Bank of Industry. Small-scale industry, payment plan, and platforms is very necessary to grow the small and medium-scale economy. I wish you would be in touch with the Bank of Industry too. They have the database of MSME. What we've been doing with the young population in Nigeria is commendable. And I will assure you that we will support that in every form. As the host country, the agreement that we had with you is valid. I want you to be able to rely on us as great partners to move that forward. Whatever, again, that you think we should do, we are ready to do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
First, starting off with commending the reforms, Your Excellency, that you've been driving. We have a business here in Nigeria since 2011, and we've seen the country change, we've seen the country grow, we see the country lead. When I look at the obvious and clear alignment between fiscal and monetary policy, the macroeconomic stability that you have driven in our world, how this is the most thriving fintech ecosystem that has been built, there is a lot of momentum in Nigeria. In fact, a little anecdote, I was personally the one who set up the business in Nigeria in 2011. So I was in Lagos and hired employee number one. So for me, it's a little bit like coming home, although I don't, I'm clearly not Nigerian, but it's been a long-standing history. And today we facilitate a big part of the economic activity here, in and outbound from the diaspora into Nigeria. We're preventing $200 million of fraud, bringing in $2 billion of foreign exchange into the country, helping the SME sector thrive, and of course, partner with your banks. To the Minister of Finance remarks, we do credit cards, but we also do debit cards, and we do all forms of payment, and we do put a lot of focus on keeping the digital economy that you're growing so well safe through cybersecurity solutions. So all that has been our journey over the last, since 2011, 15 years so far. So when we look forward, and we recognize the moment that we're in. We just spent time this morning with the governor of the central bank. I had an opportunity to meet the leading bankers in Lagos yesterday, just to see where is everything going, and the opportunity here to unlock the power of the SMEs, of the 40 million SMEs here in Nigeria, to really connect the diaspora much closer to the homeland, to ensure that this is the most thriving and biggest digital economy on the continent, but also driving a broader inter-African digital economy. All of this can happen here. So we were breaking this down in our own mind and say, how can we continue to be a partner that enables your reforms, all your reforms across the country? And there's a couple of themes that rise to the top. So many things that we could be doing, but where can a company like ours help? And we thought that particularly the point that you made to the Minister of Finance here on enabling small business, 40 million of them. Many small businesses that are founded today will have a desire to have a digital part of their business, and they don't know how to do that. So giving them tools to do that, capacity building of small business, vis-a-vis just opening a shop. Step one. Step two, once they they are becoming part of the digital economy, is to keep them safe. Simple and effective cybersecurity tools and cybersecurity hygiene. And finally, ensuring that they can start to compete and engage with their business across borders in Africa. So the connectivity part is also very important. For all of that, you need what? Working capital. So every business has a data footprint. How can Mastercard work with the market participants to create a data footprint that allows access to credit for small business, which is an underserved sector? So we take all of that and we're to put that into a concerted public-private partnership. We feel there is significant potential, and it would feed right into your agenda, Mr. President, to do something like that. We have had a conversation with your Ministry of Trade around that. A 5-year program, 5 million, sorry, a 3-year program for 5 million small businesses on these dimensions. We want to step up and partner with your market participants, your Ministry of Trade, and set out with such a program. A technical workshop is planned to break this down into details, so it's not just talk, but action and impact. So that's topic number one. It's all about inclusion and participation, which I think is a big part of what you're trying to drive with your policies across the country. The second piece is, beyond participation and growth, is really trust and resilience. So this is the safety and security part, and we see that in the digital economy where fraud is rising, cybersecurity risks are rising, and in an AI-enabled world, cybersecurity risks are even further rising. So how can we come together as an industry, similar to what I just said on the SME space, to come together as an industry, but with Mastercard leadership to bring our assets to bear is we're proposing an initiative that is a cybersecurity center of excellence. We've done this in a number of countries around the world where we are trying to address the biggest pain points that exist around cybersecurity. And one of them is that today information and threats are not shared. So if there's a cyber threat that's happening somewhere, the next company doesn't know about, the next country doesn't know about. So threat and intelligence sharing, number one. Number two is incident response. So once there is a problem, because you should assume something will happen because cyber risk will not completely eradicate it, what are the best practices to respond quickly and limit the damage? So second one. And third is to go ahead and look ahead into the future and start to address AI risk and other emerging risks. So all of that is something that is important. If you want to drive more of a formal economy, have more participants, have a more digital economy, all of that will propel the cyber risks. And this would be a safety layer that the industry can put to keep your citizens safe in these emerging risks. Here we had a discussion with your Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy. Your government's been great. Open doors, open communication, open dialogue. And here again, we would break that down in a set of actions that we would put forward as a formal private-public partnership to really drive a safer digital and more inclusive digital economy for Africa. And so for Nigeria first, and then have that copied across the region for broader Africa. So those are some thoughts we wanted to offer and leave that with you for consideration. I come back to the beginning. We've had a fantastic partnership here since 2011 with your market participants, and we stand ready to be part of your journey and the policies that you chart out. Thank you very much.
In all of these credit economy, you have significant opportunities for Mastercard. Based on my own personal experience, one of the areas where we hope that Mastercard will take the lead is just making credit cards available to Nigerians. So it's difficult, even for someone at my level, to get a credit card. Then for us as well, the payment system more broadly is an area where we think the economy can leapfrog if you're able to develop the payment system even better. But we wanted to look at it even from a bigger perspective. There's a payment system within Nigeria. There's payment system within the region, particularly under the African Continental Free Trade Area. We hope that, for example, we have a Mastercard that you can use to pay from Naira to Kenya shilling to South African rand without a third currency. And we know you can make it possible. Our fintech sector is quite developed. We know that we can do much better. We can be much bigger. It's interesting to know that Africa has 9 unicorns, and 5 of them are in Nigeria. So we know that the possibilities are even bigger. So I'll conclude, because it's just opening remarks, to say we welcome Mastercard to Nigeria. We want you to do more. We're willing from the part of the government to work with you, ensure that there's policy consistency and friendly investment environment. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, these are my opening remarks.